Hi, guys, and welcome. It's Caleb again, and today I'd like to talk to you about something that is quite politically incorrect in today's environment. It's something that is one of the simple pleasures in life to me, and I'll probably get a lot of hate for it, but that's okay. And that is this: cigars and also pipes. How I got into them, why I enjoy them, why I feel that they are important to me personally, and all the bull crap that comes along with tobacco smoking. Now, before I get into this, I want to tell you I am not a doctor. I am by no means claiming that cigars are healthy. But what I will tell you, my friend, is that both cigar smoking and pipe smoking are not as unhealthy and not nearly as risky as what cigarettes are. I would never promote the smoking of cigarettes. Cigarettes have a dozen other chemicals in them. God, probably over 100 at least chemicals in cigarettes, in addition to nicotine, which is naturally produced by the tobacco leaf. With a premium hand-rolled cigar or a pipe blend, what you're getting is pure tobacco. Now, I am by no means claiming that either one is healthy, so to speak. But what I will tell you is that there's nothing wrong with smoking a cigar. The FDA released a study during the Obama administration, you can look it up, that a man can smoke 2 premium cigars a day. I would also put pipe in that, because pipe, like I said, is pure tobacco. But a man can smoke 2 a day and not even be considered a smoker. Why is that? Because this product that I'm holding in my hands is completely pure natural tobacco. The only thing that you're getting as far as chemicals is a little bit of nicotine. And that is minimal at best, because they rip the stem out of the leaf when they're making these. Plus, cigars are cured different. And I'm not inhaling it. That's the most important part. I'm drawing the smoke into my mouth for taste, whether it's pipe or cigar, and then I'm blowing it back out. I'm not inhaling it into my lungs. But so that is why cigars are completely different. And so is pipe. But anyway, I first got into cigars back in 2018. I think it was around January of 2018, if I remember correctly. Not long after I had started writing in an official capacity. I did a lot of article writing, political article writing, that is, for 3 years. I'd always liked the idea of smoking a cigar. I thought it was a very masculine hobby. And plus, I'm an old soul in many regards. I grew up watching a lot of westerns, and, Clint Eastwood flicks, and things from the 60s back, because I have a close relationship with my grandparents. So because of that, I watched a lot of old movies from their generation and before, and there's a lot of pipe and cigar smoking. I always thought it was just a very masculine, old school thing to do, and so it appealed to me. And I also noticed that a lot of good writers, some of the best writers of the 20th century, Mark Twain, C.S. Lewis, J.R.R. Tolkien either smoked cigars or a pipe or both. Back during that time, it was a very common thing. And so I thought that I would get into it and try it once I did the research and found out that it's minimal, the risk, the cancer risk. And I tried it and I liked it. Today, that is very, very politically incorrect. I didn't even realize what I was getting into as far as the political end of it and how many people want to regulate these out of existence. And it's stupid. You can't regulate cigars and pipe tobacco the same way that you regulate cigarettes. They're not mass produced. They're a premium product, hand rolled. And go look at what's done in a factory. You can easily look up a video on YouTube or anywhere else online and see what they do. The beauty that is this natural handmade product that God has given us. And so when I got into it, matter of fact, pardon me, funny story. The first time that I wrote an article about smoking cigars, I had posted a video. I was dressed up in my cowboy outfit, and I had one of those little thin cigars. I thought it would be fun. I have the exact hat that Clint Eastwood wore in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. The same kind of hat. And so I thought it would be fun as a lifelong Clint Eastwood fan to just play that song while I was lighting up a cigar. You know, made me feel like Clint Eastwood. And so I posted that to Twitter as a joke. Oh, you would not believe the hate that I got just from a simple video of smoking a cigar on Twitter. Oh, the things I was called. Oh, I was encouraging people to smoke. I got into cigars because of spaghetti westerns. Those are the things they told me. I was even accused by some right-wing nut. I don't even... socially right-wing nut, I guess, I'm assuming, claiming that I was a communist because Castro smoked cigars. And spaghetti westerns were influenced by socialism and all this bull crap. You can go to the Libertarian Republic and read my old article. But I didn't realize how regulated cigars are until I got into it. I also didn't realize the community, the wonderful, beautiful community of people who agreed with my political persuasion. I'm a libertarian. There are a lot of conservative and libertarian overlap in the cigar community. There are a lot of people who hate big government and just want to smoke a cigar or a pipe and live in peace. But unfortunately, the government doesn't want to let us do that. They try to tax us into oblivion, make it hard for the cigar companies to be able to roll their product, and make it harder on us as consumers. But that is why I got into cigar smoking. And I find that with the amount of writing I was doing at the time, and the writing I still do, just not in the same capacity as I used to, writing is a very mentally taxing thing. And cigars, to me, are just a way to unwind, a way to relax, a way to enjoy life. And it's very mentally stimulating, if you will. Very stimulating and relaxing at the same time. It's weird. It's weird. But there's nothing better to me than smoking a good cigar at the end of the day. And I found that it was very reflective. And I'm a thinker. I've always been a thinker. And so it's easy for me to come out here. I can be by myself and take pleasure in the little things and really think about life. Think about the things that are important. It's almost meditative to me. And I know if any pipe smokers or cigar smokers are watching this, they'll get it. But you sit and you can think about the things in life. You can think about the things you did wrong, how to correct them. Think about things that you've read. And the cigar is a device that I think makes being a thinker, it makes being a thinker easier. You know, a lot of times the philosophical side of me really sits and contemplates the things that a lot of people don't. And I feel that men a lot of times need a device. A lot of times we don't take the time out for ourselves. And the cigar gives me the time to be able to do that, to really unwind and to let your mind do what your mind naturally needs to do. Now, I'm not saying that everybody needs to smoke cigars. I think that it's a wonderful hobby. I do think that it would be a kinder, gentler world if a lot more people would take the time to do something like this, to sit and think about the things that matter, just to be a better man. I'm not saying cigars make me a better man, but the things that cigars allow me to do make me a better man. So if someone had something that allows them to unwind and allows them to think and is a vehicle to reflect, to think about how can I make myself better, how can I make the world better, to meditate on those things, I think the world would be a better place. And I think it's a damn shame that the government wants to get their hands on these and try to squash family businesses that have a rich, rich history in this country and in the countries where a lot of these are made, in Nicaragua and Honduras and in the Dominican Republic and in Cuba. I mean, you can look at what the cigar industry is in Cuba today. It's not what it used to be. Why is that? Because the communist government, has regulated them into oblivion. The cigar industry in Cuba is literally owned by the Cuban government. And because of that, a lot of people who smoked Cubans tell me that Cubans today are not what they were pre-embargo in the 50s and the early 60s or any time prior to 1962. Cubans are not what they used to be. But I think it's a damn shame that the government wants to get into every aspect of our lives. And something as simple as this is just a wonderful example of government doesn't want you to have fun. They want to regulate every aspect of your life. They want you to be obedient slaves. And you wouldn't think that somebody would care about a bunch of rolled up leaves. You know, you'd think that government would allow us to be able to make those decisions for ourselves. But they don't. They want to take it away from us, those of us who enjoy these things. And it's very politically incorrect to smoke a cigar, which I find disgusting. I find it disgusting that it's politically correct to smoke a joint or to vape. None of which that I would do personally. I don't have a problem with either one. It's just something I wouldn't do. But I find it disgusting that it's politically correct to partake in either one of those, but it's not to do this. And so that's just a little bit of the history of my personal experience with cigars, why I smoke cigars. So when you see me outside making videos and I've got one of these in my hands or a pipe, that's why I do it. And I think the world would be a lot better place if people would just take the time to reflect, think about those things that matter, and then find ways to improve themselves and improve the world around us. I just wanted to give you a little bit of personal history, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.